Hi, everyone. Ann O'Connell with OC Publishing here, and welcome to our official cover reveal day. Also, one of my favorite days in the publishing process. I know I keep saying that, but honestly, every phase is exciting to me. I love this process. What's even more exciting today is with the cover reveal we're doing for our book that's coming out in the fall by multi-award winning author Diann Floyd Boehm. It's a young adult historical biography called Rise, A Girl's Struggle for More. And like I said, what's really exciting today is I have the author with me. So I'm going to bring her in to join me. Yay! Here comes Diane. Yay!
Hi,
Welcome,
Diann.
Diane. Thank you
Thank
so much for joining me.
My pleasure. I'm very excited about today.
This
It's
is
been a long time coming.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. It's very exciting. The last time we did an author journey together was almost a year ago. And when I said in the introduction that you were a multi-award winning author, you and I, as partner publishing duo with OC Publishing, you have won awards for Moonling Adventures, The Serengeti, and Harry the Camel. And there's a whole Little Girl on the Moon series, which is very exciting. And
And
coming
the
up,
Big Idea won Best Cover
oh
Award.
yes, look, there it is behind me. The Big
Yeah.
Idea. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. And
Thank
those were the Big Idea cover um, is a painting done by you, right?
Yes, on silk painting.
Yeah.
So,
So tell me a little bit about your journey to this point before we actually reveal that beautiful cover. This young adult historical biography, as you said, um, has been a long time in the making. Diane and I have been working together for 6 years now.
oh my gosh.
So I know, right? The time
I'm
just
so excited, but say,
and you were actually my very first author. And every time we chat, I always say, "Bless you for, trusting in me and handing over your babies." And we're about to birth baby number 6, which is probably it's the biggest baby because it's been the longest gestation. So
really.
I
Oh,
know, I know.
I've been gaining so much weight. I thought it was the hamburgers, but now I realize.
So let's talk a little bit about that journey. So, Rise, A Girl's Struggle for More is a young adult historical biography that's set in Oilton, Oklahoma, and it's based on the story of your grandmother's life, right?
Exactly. It sure is. And it's very exciting. And the way it all came about was where we are this day and time. I just really want people to know that they can follow their dreams. And even if they think, oh my goodness, I don't have the money, or and they just start doing all the negative, don't go down the negative.
Mhm.
Think the positive. And I think that my grandmother's journey is a beautiful way to inspire anyone, no matter where they are in life, to go for their dreams. And that's what I'm really hoping for. And I was really blessed that my mama, always told us family stories. And of course I had my grandma for a really long time, and she was a major influence in my life. So, and I have several grandmas, my grandma Floyd and grandma Ruby. This one's based on grandma Ruby, my mom.
Grandma
So
Ruby. Oh my goodness. And of course, over the last few years that we've been working on this, I grew very fond of your grandma Ruby too, and your mom as well.
thank you.
We've sort of developed this, you know,
A
connection.
kinship.
Yes, absolutely. And so I want you to share a little more about that, but why don't we just do the reveal now?
Okay.
And then we can continue talking because I don't know about you, but I am absolutely thrilled to share this with all our viewers and your readers.
Yes.
Are we ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Yay. There.
Gorgeous is this cover. The cover design and the interior layout and design was done by a Nova Scotia graphic artist named David Edelstein. Shout out to David. Woohoo!
Yay, David!
Yay. And as you'll see, if Diane's going to keep holding hers up, you see that we did a regular version and a dyslexia friendly edition. And open that up just for just a quick peek inside. And a little,
There.
there we go. So you can see it's a little bit of a different font than the regular edition. So you'll have to pick up a copy and have a look. So very exciting. This cover is absolutely gorgeous. And we both wore pink in honor of the color pink and purple. Um, but I want to just really quickly touch on how very special this is. During the time that we've been working on this, your mother was living and she helped you with a lot of the research, visiting the museums. The Drumright Museum and the Oilton Historical Society have been instrumental in helping get some of the historical facts right, providing, oh, that's something I wanted to mention, this beautiful old-fashioned photo in the background is actually the town of Oilton,
That's
where
right.
Diane's grew up, and this beautiful lady here is Grandma Ruby.
This
So,
girl, really, she was 16.
oh my goodness. So this I know this really touches your heart. Um, Unfortunately, Diane's mom passed away not long ago, and so it was a real bittersweet moment when we had this finished and we were ready to launch it, and Diane lost her mom, and I'm so sorry for that, Diane. But
Thank
I
you.
know it's very it's this is such a special project.
Mhm.
Sure that your
I
mom
took a deep breath there.
your mom is cheering you on. I can feel it.
No, she was going, to be with me when we went to the different museums and also into Chillicothe. And but I know she'll be with me in spirit because I truly believe that our energy is around us and etc. So, but I wanted to share with what Grandma's wearing. This was part of they wore these fox wraps. So when you're 16 in that day, you wore your hair up for the very first time on your birthday.
Wow.
And there's it's hard to tell there, but there's a beautiful comb and then
Mhm.
this little fox mink thing I used to play with when I played dress up, so like with that comb. And now I'm sitting here going, why on earth did you let me play with that? I so would be wearing that now. So, but
Yeah.
it's a little interesting tidbit that girls couldn't wait to have their 16th birthday party
Oh my
and
goodness.
so forth. And actually,
I'm
you'll find out so many historical facts about that time period because
Mhm.
there was no such thing as, I mean, I discovered this. There was no such thing as teenagers. You were either a child or an adult. And
Right.
so, anyway, she defied a lot of odds back then. I'm very
Well, I know
proud of her.
we have some viewers joining us. I wanted to thank you guys for coming on and sharing this wonderful moment. And CJ Peterson, a very pretty cover. It is gorgeous. And Cindy Tingley says, sweet cover and what a wonderful tribute. Thank you guys for. If you have questions for Diane while we're chatting, please fill them into the chat box. But I wanted to go back. You made a comment about so many historical facts that readers will learn, but it's kind of like that learning while having fun kind of thing, which you're so good at being having been a teacher, school teacher yourself. But I remember one of the comments that was made by one of the museum people was that it was a really wonderful way to inspire, motivate intergenerational conversation, because there's so much that happens in that book that it's actually quite unbelievable considering it takes place in the 1920s. Uh,
Right.
but if you look at relationships between moms and their teenage daughters, things haven't changed all that much.
Really haven't,
Right. But what you said earlier, like one of the messages to take away is, to pursue your dreams and to, not let negativity get in your way. But talk a little bit about those messages that came directly from your grandma and your mom while you were growing up.
Um, well, what comes to mind immediately was my mother used to tell me, "Oh, you're just a stubborn little girl." Let's face it. And if my grandmother heard it, she would say, "She's not stubborn. She's determined to achieve."
I love that. Oh my gosh.
And so, if I would stay the night at grandma's, no matter how young or as I was getting older, and she said, just always remember, Diane, try to stay focused and be determined in what you want to do. But you also need to make sure that you listen to others and grow. Sometimes that listening to others was a little difficult when you were young. Well, I certainly understand it a lot more as an adult, but
Mhm.
um, I just think I was very blessed to have that. And both my parents, along with my grandma, and I want to pay tribute to my Aunt Pat too. And I'm named after her. My full name is Patricia Diane. And so Aunt Pat played a major role too. I was very lucky, three strong women in my life.
Wow.
And and so they would always just say, "Look, what are you thinking about doing?" um, I wanted to sing, and the choir at my when we changed schools, the choir teacher said, "No, you can't be in the choir," and I was just like, "What?" Because in my elementary school, at the other one, it was like everybody could be in everything, so I never had heard that before, and I came home crying, and my mom would say, "Well, what are you going to do about it?" And Daddy would be like, "What are you going to do about it?" And my grandma and Aunt Pat over the weekend was like, "Well, did you figure out what you're going to do about it?" And we lay out a plan. And sure enough, I go back to the school, and Mom goes, "You have to learn to speak to to the teacher." And so I went and spoke to the choir teacher, and she said no. And I'm like, "Okay." And then I came back the next day, and it took me about 3 times. And finally, I think I bothered her so much. She said, "Look, go home and practice singing and come back when you think you're ready, and I'll see if you're singing." It turned out I was singing a little flat.
Mhm.
And so I practiced and practiced and practiced. And so I actually have written a children's story one day. I hope to publish about it.
Awesome.
But anyway, that was determination. And long story short, I was in the choir.
Well, and fast forward, you've sung in musical theater, with very, prestigious, production companies, so obviously your determination paid off.
I'm very blessed about that one too. So,
So
yeah.
excited. Well, because I've, of course, read the story many times, a lot of what stayed with me is when Ruby, the main character, would basically sit quietly, like off to the side, and like when her father was doing business deals, or and knew that if she was quiet, they wouldn't pay any attention to her, but she just absorbed everything. So you made a comment earlier that it's really important to kind of, sit back and suss out the situation, and know when to speak and when to listen, right?
Yes, that's right. So you sometimes just have to be, as they say, a fly on the wall and take it all in.
You and I have talked a lot about this is an amazing, it could be an amazing classroom tool, geography and history. There's so many curriculum elements in this. So hopefully as we progress, because we're now 3 months out, 3 months from today is launch day, October 20th. And as we progress and start getting the word out, hopefully we'll get some librarians and classroom teachers excited about it as well. And we'll be updating everybody as we go, and there will be parties and launch celebrations. So stay tuned. You can get updates on the OC Publishing website, which is ocpublishing.com or .ca, whatever comes out of your fingers as you're typing, ocpublishing.com, and Diann's website as well, diannfloydboehm.com. And take a look at all of her previous books, award-winning author Diann Floyd Boehm, and the next book coming out, Rise, A Girl Struggle for More, coming out in October. And before we sign off, I also wanted to share that I'm going to be giving away a copy of the dyslexia version as the week progresses. So anybody who comments, likes, or loves this post, this video, will go in a draw to win a copy of Rise, A Girl Struggle for More. And it's very special because it will be an advance copy before anybody else has it, of course, other than Diann and I, because we're allowed. So Diann, thank you so much for jumping on here with me and doing this cover reveal together. It made it so much more fun.
It was a blast. Thank you so much. And thank you all for your hard work. And again, a special shout out to everyone who helped make the story come true. My mom, my family, um, the 3 museums, and especially you, Anne. Oh my gosh, you had to help me with the edits so many times. And I just, this was, for everyone listening, this was my very first chapter book. So it was a real growing experience, which is something else I can take to the classroom. Is persistence again.
Yes.
And so thank you for making it possible.
Oh, it's been absolutely my pleasure. I feel very blessed to have been through this process with you. I'm excited to finally get it out and to give Ruby Pearl's story the attention that it deserves because it's an amazing story. So
Thank
don't just believe me or Diann. It is available for pre-order now. So why not hop on to Amazon, Barnes and Noble, or Chapters, whatever your favorite online retailer is. Ask your local bookstore to order it in because I really strongly believe you will love it the way
you.
that we do.
Thank you so much.
So we'll talk to you real soon, Diann.
Hey, take care. God
Yeah,
bless. Bye bye.
thank you. So exciting, so much excitement going on. And just a week from today, just a quick little um, shout out, we will be doing our next author journey, and I will be interviewing Jane Doucette, who is the author of Fishnets and Fantasies, which takes place in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. A very fun, laugh out loud read. So join me next week, which is July 27th at 4 p.m. Atlantic time for the next author journey. And thanks again, Diann, for joining me, for helping reveal the cover of your next young adult historical biography coming out October 20th, which is actually her grandmother's birthday. It's also my mom's birthday, so a great day to celebrate. So bye for now, and I hope everyone is having a great week, and we'll see you next week for the author journey. Take care.